Hi, welcome to this tale-like video. In this video, we will visit Heidi's village, a reconstructed site that allows visitors to experience the world described in the famous book Heidi.
Otobüsün olmadığına üzgün müsün?
Yok hiç değil. Çok güzel.
İyi ki de yokmuş. Yoksa üşenip gitmezdik ve buraları göremezdik.
Harika sokaklar var.
The village is located in an alpine region which inspired Heidi Swiss author Johanna Spyri for writing her widely beloved book Heidi. To arrive to the site Heidedorf, one first needs to come to the Mayenfield train station and then follow a path named Heidiweg, which means Heidi's Way or Heidi's Path. Along the path, you will find several beautiful public fountains with drinkable water. This is actually a very common thing in Switzerland. You will also encounter lots of vineyards, which create an impressive landscape alongside the mountains. On the way to Heidedorf, both the natural scenery and the surrounding neighborhood are remarkably beautiful and very well maintained. Me and my friend, we enjoyed walking the Heide path a lot. From the train station to Heidedorf, it is 2.4 kilometers and takes about 35 minutes if you go without stopping. But when you follow it like us with lots of stopping, photos, admiration, it easily reaches to an hour. For whichever reason, if you won't opt for walking the trail, there is also the Heide bus option. The bus takes you from the train station directly to the site, but is available only in certain days. So in this case, it's better to check before the visit. We are almost there. Just before arriving to the site, where there will be plenty of people, we had to realize our dream to imitate Heidi by running in the uncultivated fields. We did not care how childish it might have looked like, because it was a very joyful moment to experience together.
Şu an Heideweg'in bitmesine 5 dakika kaldı. En yokuş vakitler şimdi. O yüzden birazcık yorulduk ama az kaldı.
Semiha'cığım az önce Heidi'nin dağlarında koşarken eteğini yırttı. Yere kapaklandı demiştim. Çimlere kapaklandı.
Biraz öyle şeyler yaşandı, evet. Ama
Ay,
ciddi bir
güzel
şey yok.
oldu.
Aynen, kamera arkalarını belki paylaşırız sonra.
We came to the site. We are here. It is indeed a peaceful setting and feels as natural as it can get. Here we are able to visit parts of Heidi's world described in the book, including Heidi's house, the goat barn, and the alpine surroundings. Maybe you are also curious. Why is the village put in here and not somewhere else in Switzerland? The reason is this. Johanna Spyri spent time in the Bündner Herrschaft region, particularly in and around Mayenfeld and Jenin, which deeply inspired her writing. The landscapes, alpine pastures, and traditional rural life of this region are vividly reflected in Heidi. During one of her visits to this region, more specifically to Jenis in 1880, Johanna, as if kissed by a muse, began to write. In a letter to childhood friend Sophia, she mentioned that she had laid the foundation for a new story, Heidi. And in just a few weeks, she completed what would become her most famous work. This is the entrance area. For going inside the site, we paid approximately 14 francs per person. With the ticket, you can see Heidi's house, a cottage, the town hall stable and the village school. After having been to the petting zoo, we continued by Heidi's house. In the house, we observed the way that Heidi and her grandfather live in winter. While you look at the objects that I show you for a few minutes, let me tell you some information about the author of Heidi that I learned from the official video of Heidedorf in German. Johanna Spyri, one of the most renowned female personalities in Switzerland, was born on June 12, 1827 in Hetzell near Zurich. Her father, Johann Jakob Häuser, was a village doctor, surgeon and psychiatrist. Her mother, Meta Häuser, was a Swiss poet of religious songs and, as such, a distinguished figure in the literary world. Johanna came from a prosperous family. She attended the village school in Hetzell, received private lessons from the village pastor, and learned to play the piano. Additionally, she dedicated herself to studying modern foreign languages and traveled extensively. Old locals said that there was a girl lived in the village above Mayenfeld who inspired Johanna Spyri for the figure of Heidi with her happy and cheerful manner. When Johanna's book Heidi was published, it was immediately a great success. The story of Heidi has been translated into over 55 languages and has a circulation of over 60 million copies. The famous story is often read all over the world, and it is one of the most read books in the world. The story of Heidi is an inexhaustible source of inspiration for countless of films, animated series, theaters, musicals, and much more. We have just finished visiting Heidi's house. Now we pass to the Heidi's Alp cottage, where Heidi finds a loving home with her grandfather during the summer. Here you can explore objects from Heidi's life during summer, as Heidi's bed of hay, a place to learn about cheese making, and more. As our last stop in this video, we are visiting the village school. This place allows us to imagine how was the everyday life at school like for Heidi and Peter. We came to the end of this journey. If this is something you would like, I hope you can visit Heidi's village by yourself as well. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like the video. Take care and see you in another video. Ciao!